Let's get a quick check of the markets today. Head over to Tom Piotrowski at CommSec. How are we shaping up, Tom?
Pete, we're going to kick off in negative territory this morning. It reflects a generally downbeat session as far as Northern Hemisphere stocks are concerned on both sides of the Atlantic. Worth pointing out that the US markets had returned from a holiday long weekend. Investors were in no mood, mainly because in the next day you're going to see two quite important outcomes. You're going to see the US Federal Reserve release the details of their last policy setting meeting, which will provide more analysis of what might happen in relation to rate cuts over the course of the medium term. Bearing in mind, we've seen a couple of hot inflation reports lately pushing the horizon for potential rate cuts further out. But on top of that, we've got an important earnings number in the form of Nvidia, one of the poster children, if you like, in the chip sector for the heat and optimism around AI. So the fact that we're still in the neighbourhood of record highs, you just saw a little bit of selling. The Dow Jones down 0.2%, the S&P 500 down by around 0.75%, the Nasdaq down by 1.4%. General weakness in commodities, reflecting the downbeat pulse that we have seen out of China since the reopening post-Lunar New Year. So that'll be reflected in the resource sector. Today you would think that might be under a little bit of pressure. They were certainly themes that we saw in Northern Hemisphere trade. Today's a big day for earnings numbers, Pete. We get amongst them Rio, NAB and Woolies reporting earnings in addition to the wage price index. So
now Woolies will be interesting today, won't it, Tom?
Yes, well, there's been plenty of coverage and none of it has been flattering from a PR optics perspective, so there'll be a lot of discussion if nothing else. Sure. But, you know, their competitor, Wesfarmers, in relation to some of the businesses, posted some good earnings only days ago, so they'll be compared very closely to some of those outcomes. But those wage numbers today, Pete, very important in terms of that conversation around interest rates.
Thank you, Tom.